No one brought facts, but everyone brought attitude. I'm Ethan Blake, and this so-called discussion spiraled into a contest of who could misrepresent reality with the most self-righteous flair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. All of the mayors here today are actively working to harm the American people you represent. You all have blood on your hands. I'm going to ask a series of yes or no questions today, and I would like to remind all of you, you are under oath. I only want a yes or a no to my questions. My first question, do you acknowledge breaking into our country as a crime? Mayor Adams, yes or no? Do you acknowledge breaking into our country as a crime?
I acknowledge.
Yes or no?
I acknowledge.
Okay, Honorable Johnson, he's not going to answer the question. Yes or no? Is breaking into our country against the law? Yes or no?
Depends how you cross the border.
Okay, Mayor Johnson, yes or no?
Comprehensive immigration reform policies are what's necessary in this
moment. Mayor Wu, do you have a better answer than these gentlemen before you? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, do you believe it's acceptable for illegals who commit heinous crimes be released back into the public instead of being detained and deported? Mayor Adams, yes or no?
Anyone break a crime?
Yes or no? This is not hard. Yes or no?
Anyone that break a crime should be detained.
Okay, Mayor, yes or no?
They should be deported.
Okay, Mayor.
Any individual that causes harm and breaks the law
Mayor Wu,
should be held accountable.
This is why you have 6% approval rating, because you suck at answering questions. Mayor Wu, yes or no?
Anyone who's a public safety threat should be prosecuted.
All right, I have my next question. When an illegal alien rapes a woman, do you believe you're on the right side of history? Mayor Adams, yes or no?
Can we say that question?
Okay, Mayor Johnston. When a legal alien rapes a woman, do you believe you're on the right side of history? Yes or no?
I will charge and prosecute them.
Yes or no? Okay, well, okay. You said you would go to jail, didn't you?
I will
for
charge
harboring
and
illegal
prosecute
aliens or something, Mayor Johnson?
Could you repeat your question, please?
When an illegal alien rapes a woman, do you believe you're on the right side of history?
Could you clarify that question?
Okay, Mayor Wu, yes or no?
No, rape is obviously
Then
horrible.
why are you letting rapists back out on the streets of Boston?
That is not true. That is not what's happening in Boston.
When an illegal alien molests a kid, molests an underage kid, do you pat yourself on the back for being compassionate? Mayor Adams?
It's despicable and he should be arrested.
Mayor Johnson?
I prosecute folks that commit crimes like that.
You guys let him out on the streets. Mayor Johnson?
We arrest violent criminals in the city of Chicago.
Mayor Wu?
We investigate, arrest, and prosecute.
You guys don't sound very confident today. Would your city honor an ICE detainer on an illegal alien who rapes kids if one was issued today? Mayor Adams? Yes or no?
In conformance with law, we will honor detainers.
Mayor Johnson?
If there's a criminal warrant, we'll help them pick them up. If there's no criminal warrant, we'll honor a notification request.
Mayor Johnson?
Criminal warrants, we always cooperate with federal agents with a criminal warrant.
Mayor Wu?
Get a criminal warrant, we will enforce.
A criminal warrant. I'm talking about an ICE detainer on an individual who's here illegal who rapes kids. Do you all hate Donald Trump more than you love your country? Mayor Adams?
I respect my president. I respect my
Yes or no? You're having the hardest time today. Mayor Johnston?
I love my country.
Yes or no?
I love my country.
Okay. Mayor Johnson?
As the son of a pastor, I love everyone and this country.
Mayor Wu?
I love my country and my city.
Do you all, are you all willing to go to jail for violating federal law? Mayor Adams?
I'm not going to violate federal law, so I don't have to worry about that.
Mayor Johnston?
We don't violate federal law either.
You don't violate federal law.
We do not violate federal law.
Is it violating federal law if you don't honor detainer requests from ICE?
Absolutely not. In fact, the statute Congressman Biggs shared, we explicitly follow. The statute says you cannot prohibit city employees from sharing information about someone's status with the government. We do not prohibit that.
Do you love illegal aliens more than you love your fellow countrymen?
I love all the residents of the city and county.
Mayor Johnston, are you willing to go to jail for violating federal law?
The city of Chicago complies with all laws.
Oh, I highly doubt that. Mayor Wu?
We are not violating federal law.
Mayor Wu, I have a last couple questions for you. Do you believe that ICE arresting a child rapist, quote, threatens everyone's safety, end quote? Yes or no?
No.
Does ICE arresting a murderous MS-13 gang member threaten everyone's safety? Yes or no?
No.
I would like to hold up this quote of you where you say, ICE's efforts actually threaten the safety of everyone, end quote. Boston Mayor Michelle Wu. You're a hypocrite. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I yield back.
Forget the political theater you're used to. What we just witnessed was not a hearing. It was a public prosecution. It was an exorcism of the lies and moral rot that have infested our great American cities. Congresswoman Nancy Mace wasn't asking questions. She was wielding a scalpel, and she carved out the cancerous heart of the sanctuary city agenda for the entire world to see. She began with a declaration of war, a statement of fact so brutal, so honest, it sucked the air out of the room. You all have blood on your hands. My God, the power in those words. It wasn't an accusation, it was a verdict. She put them under oath and demanded the one thing a liar cannot produce, a simple, honest yes or no answer. And what followed was one of the most pathetic, cowardly displays of evasion I have ever seen from elected officials. Her first question was the bedrock of our entire legal system. Do you acknowledge breaking into our country is a crime? A question a child could answer, a question any law-abiding citizen knows the answer to. Look at Mayor Adams, the mayor of our nation's largest city. He can't say yes. He mumbles, I acknowledge. Acknowledges what? The weather? The time of day? It's a pathetic, deliberate dodge. Then we get to Mayor Johnston of Denver, who gives us this galaxy-brained response. Depends how you cross the border. Depends. My jaw hit the floor. So there's a secret, good way to break the law. This is the kind of moral relativism that is dissolving our nation from the inside out. They cannot even admit that an illegal act is in fact illegal. This is ground zero for their entire twisted ideology. It gets so much worse. Mace raises the stakes from a simple crime to the most heinous acts imaginable. She asks if it's acceptable for illegals who commit horrible crimes to be released back into the public. Again, the word salad. The bureaucratic nonsense. Anyone that break a crime should be detained, stammers Adams. Should be held accountable, drones another. I could feel my blood pressure rising with every non-answer. They speak in hypotheticals and platitudes while our communities are being terrorized. And that's when Mace delivers a line for the ages. A moment of pure, unadulterated truth speaking for every frustrated American out there. This is why you have a 6% approval rating, because you suck at answering questions. Boom. That wasn't just an insult. It was a diagnosis of their entire political disease. They are so disconnected from reality, so incapable of straight talk, that they are loathed by the very people they govern. Then Mace goes nuclear. She asks the question that should stop any decent human being in their tracks. When an illegal alien rapes a woman, do you believe you're on the right side of history? The silence that followed was deafening. Watch them squirm. Adams needs the question repeated. Johnston, the man who was so eager to go to jail to harbor illegals, suddenly can't comprehend a simple sentence. Could you clarify that question? He asks. Clarify what? The horror of rape? The pain of a victim? His request for clarification is one of the most morally bankrupt things I have ever heard. It's a transparent attempt to stall, to avoid confronting the monstrous consequences of his open border policies. Mayor Wu of Boston gives a token, rape is obviously horrible, before immediately pivoting to deny reality. It's sickening. Their first instinct is not to stand with the victim, but to protect their political narrative. The trap was set, and they walked right into it. Mace corners them on ICE detainers, a specific legal tool to remove dangerous criminals. And suddenly, these mayors all become armchair lawyers, spouting nonsense about criminal warrants. Let me translate their doublespeak for you. They are proudly admitting that if a federal immigration officer identifies a violent criminal in their jail who is here illegally, they will not cooperate unless there's a separate, different kind of warrant. They have created a sanctuary, a safe space for criminal aliens. They are actively obstructing federal law enforcement to protect people who have no right to be in our country and who prey on our citizens. This leads to the question that truly exposes their souls. Do you all hate Donald Trump more than you love your country? It's a brilliant question because it cuts through all the fake compassion and gets to the real motive. Their policies are driven by a pathological, blinding hatred for Donald Trump and the America First movement he represents. Their loyalty isn't to the flag or to the Constitution or to their citizens. it's to the resistance. Their canned, robotic answers of, "I love my country," ring completely hollow after they've spent the last 5 minutes explaining how they refuse to enforce its laws. But the final blow, the checkmate, was reserved for Boston's mayor, Michelle Wu. After getting all the mayors on record saying that ICE arresting a child rapist or a murderous MS-13 gang member does not threaten public safety, Mace holds up the evidence. It's a direct quote from Mayor Wu herself. I want you to picture this. Mace holding the paper like a prosecutor revealing the murder weapon. She reads Wu's own words back to her. ICE's efforts actually threaten the safety of everyone. The contradiction is absolute. The hypocrisy is breathtaking. 1 minute she says arresting murderers doesn't threaten safety. The next, her own statement says ICE's very efforts do. Nancy Mace lets the silence hang for a moment, letting the weight of the lie crush the mayor. Then one final word delivered with the cold precision of a sniper's bullet. Hypocrite. She yields back her time. There was nothing more to say. In that single word, she summed up the entire hearing. These mayors are not leaders. They are activists, ideologues, and hypocrites, presiding over the decline of our cities while putting criminals ahead of citizens. This is the rot that President Trump and the MAGA movement are fighting against every single day. And today, Nancy Mace showed us all why that fight is more important now than ever before.